trading is not gonna work. Trading is gambling. It's unrealistic, and like it's not real. You're never gonna get anywhere with trading. You should just go to college, and that's what retarded people say that have never traded before. All right, this is episode 3 of the I don't know what to call this, like I wouldn't say boot camp, but series, I guess. A lot of people were asking me like, why do you keep looking over at like this other screen? I got like the OBS set up. I got a book map and like some other shit open. So yeah, just felt like answering that. But we're gonna talk about how VWAP had changed trading for me completely. It's a pretty good order flow indicator that's free on the trading view. Oh shit, just about to fall. So let's get started. So we're gonna start it off saying explaining what essentially VWAP is. If you could look at the average price, that would actually matter, not from like the whole day, but from the exact moment like something important happened. That's called the anchored VWAP, which is this this right here, the blue and yellow lines. And once you understand this, your entries can get way cleaner and way more accurate. Like pretty much you turn into a sniper. So first, VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. All that really means is it shows you the average price based on how much volume is being traded. Kind of like the volume range profile, which I'm gonna get into next episode. Big money equals more weight. Problem with the regular VWAP is that regular VWAP resets every single day, so it doesn't always tell like the full story. It just gets like averages of the daily candle, because sometimes the move that actually matters, it didn't start today or in one single day. Anchored VWAP fixes that. Instead of starting at the beginning of the day, you choose where it starts. You anchor it to an important point on the chart, which is usually 6 p.m. I like to re-anchor it at 6 p.m., which is 18 on the military clock or whatever. A big move up or down could be also a good place to anchor it. News drop, a breakout, or a start of a trend. Like when the weekend, like CPI, when CPI dropped, let me delete this. When CPI dropped, you see like this big gap here. This big gap, and it just skyrocketed up. That's a good place to put the VWAP, because a lot of stuff was going on that price, at that price range. A lot of volume and stuff. Basically any moment where the market clearly changed directions. Think of it like this, like instead of asking what's the average price today, you're asking what's the average price since this moment right here, like pinpointed. How to use it. Essentially, now here's how traders actually use it, which one of the main traders that actually put me on this was Baron, which is my mentor. I'm in his mentorship right now. He's amazing. If price is above the anchored VWAP, that usually means buyers are in control. Like, let me show you something. Like, for example, let's just go back. You see this trend here? Let's just find the most recent. And you can also find it right here. Here, let me move my webcam. Oh, fuck. Let me move my webcam. I don't know how to move my webcam. There we go. I'll just do that. Anchored VWAP right here under the forecasting or whatever. Alright. So we look for 6 p.m. Whoops, let's get it. You could look at this example right here. You see it's been staying above this band this whole time. That's a clear uptrend. Right here. This trend up, staying above this band the whole time. Bink, bink, bink. And you could have gotten entry here. could have gone entry here, and like I was teaching y'all last episode. What was last episode? Support and resistance. You could have had all these levels here, which would have been tops and bottoms as your take profits. And down here, these levels could have been essentially maybe stop losses. Maybe if you were to go in a different time frame, you could get slightly clear liquidities or whatever. You get what I'm saying? And that's just using this anchored VWAP, showing you where what the trend is. I think we understand that. Maybe let's look for an example of a downtrend, which would definitely be this right here. Find the anchored VWAP. You could put it there. You could put it here. And right here, as you can see, bouncing under this bottom band the whole entire time. And let's say, like, obviously if you knew the future, you would fucking enter right here. But let's say it tapped here and it had this drop. Let me make this bigger. It had tapped here and it dropped, and you see it kind of retested again. You could have entered there. And you could have targeted just this mid-band VWAP, or using the support and resistance, you could have marked out these levels here. And your take profit could have just been, I have no clue. You could have just kept marking out these highs and lows, and you could have got a better idea of where to enter and where to exit. Like, this would have been a good trade here. So I think we get the idea of kind of how to use it now. And also you can just, it doesn't necessarily have to be off trends. You can see here, retested middle band and it keeps rejecting off of it. So price wanted to stay under until it broke through here, which you could have been able to tell this move if you used the volume range profile, which I'm going to show y'all how to use. So kind of now we have like an entry idea. So like a simple setup would look like this. Price pulls back into the anchored VWAP. If it holds and starts going up, then you can buy. If price comes up to it and gets rejected, then that can be a sell. And why it works, does it work? Because big institutions are watching these levels, which are like the banks, because you're not going to move the market yourself. You're just like a crumb of the pie. Anchored VWAP shows their average position, so price often reacts around it, which is a lot of just waiting orders to be filled. But just like everything else, this is not a guarantee. It's just another confluence, another indicator to help you get an idea of where to enter your trades. You still need a stop loss, and you still need a plan. You still need a plan before you execute. So yeah, I think that's a wrap for this anchored VWAP episode. Anchored VWAP is basically a way to track the true average price from a key moment in the market. And once you start using it, you'll see why so many traders really rely on it. And if you want, I can show you exactly how I use anchored VWAP on MNQ step by step in the Discord. You feel me? Join the Discord for that. I can use it live today in a few hours when Asia opens. I can use it on gold. So, peace out. I'm gonna make the next episode teaching how to use the volume range profile.